Hi Capricorn, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Just a quick note, so my tarot readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or ascendant, sun, moon or rising Capricorn sign, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three of them so you can get a clearer picture on how these speak to you, which ones resonate and which ones don't. With that said, if you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. And if you are new to the channel or just stopping by, thank you all of the same. It really does mean a lot. And with that said, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, you have the Justice card, and this I find really interesting because it suggests that this week you are finalizing a decision, right? And it's interesting because you've got the Mercury retrograde taking place in the sign of Aquarius that will start close to the end of this week. And what I like about this for you in a lot of ways is I think in a lot of ways it's going to force you to change directions, and it looks like a lot of you are wanting to do that this year anyway. And I kind of feel like this week is going to be the start of. So the fact that you've got the Justice card means that you have literally reached a decision. You're ready to commit to a path now, whatever it does, like whatever it means or wherever it takes you. This is going to see you getting really serious about something, which is great. So quick notice, I have a new channel. It's called ReyLaxation and it's dedicated solely to meditations and guided visualizations. If you want to do more of that kind of thing over the course of this year, it's completely free. It's just another YouTube channel. It is on the link in the description bar below. Your actions and options this week, you have the 8 of Wands. So it looks like a lot of you are putting the feelers out, right? So this could be job applications. It could be phoning, speaking to friends and family who have got the skinny on different industries, maybe different knowledge or information that maybe that you want or that you need in order to go in this new direction. This is going to be a very busy and very communicative week, and as such, because we do have that Mercury retrograde, just be aware that if there's a lot of communication and a lot of it's really quick, sometimes things can be missed. Emails can be sent and not end up where they're supposed to go, or maybe you send it and you realize, actually, you know what, I forgot to put the M on the .com. Do you know what I mean? So, and this really is the kind of stuff that happens under a Mercury retrograde. So be aware of that this week. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I like the 8 of Wands anyway. It's a good card. It looks like as well you will be verifying a decision that you're making this week with somebody, i.e. a friend or a confidant. For your communications and conversations, you do have the Queen of Swords. So a Libran person, possibly a Libran woman, could feature for you this week. Justice card represents the sign of Libra. Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Gemini or Libra person, usually a woman. And so when I see these two together, an air sign woman could feature for you who's likely to be a Libran. Now, the thing that you need to know about the Queen of Wands as a standalone energy, this is a Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords. This is sometimes where, not even sometimes, this is where you have to fight for something. There may be some strong words that are had this week with somebody at a distance. And one of the problems is, when you have to communicate with someone without, through email and all the rest of it, the problem that we face when we have to communicate that way is that we can't read a face, we can't hear the inflection of a voice. So sometimes things can be misconstrued, and it's under a Mercury retrograde especially. So really do your best to clarify exactly what you're trying to say this week so that you don't end up in a clash. For those of you that work for somebody else, this week it looks like there are final decisions being made this week, and I kind of feel like you are a part of this. It's almost like you're waiting to hear some sort of news on something that's either being developed or presented, and for some reason it's quite relevant for you personally. Just be aware of that sort of energy that I talked about with the Queen of Swords. For those of you that work for yourselves, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, business owners, this is again, right? What is it that you're prepared to fight for and to show up for? If you absolutely have to sign a contract this week, get a second pair of eyes or a fresh pair of ears on the whole situation so that you can make a more informed decision. You know, when we're close to something, we are most likely to miss something in it. It's that fresh pair of eyes when it comes to, you know, like a proofreader or something. It's somebody else that's going to spot the mistakes in what you do because they're not used to seeing it all day, every day, right? For those of you that are retired or no longer working for any reason, this is going to see you asking yourself what you're actually passionate about. What are you prepared to fight for? What are you prepared to put your name on and say, this is where I stand, this is what my opinion is on this, right? Where is it that you're prepared to bandy words, you know, in some way? For your money and materials, you have the Three of Cups. Money looks good this week, and it's right underneath your Eight of Wands. I mean, there could be a lot of communication this week. There could be a lot of enjoyment this week. Now, obviously, a lot of, you know, spaces and places in the world are still under this whole bloody lockdown situ, which is really starting to grate now, as I'm sure you all feel the same. But this could be a week where either an old colleague or friend or idea could be coming back into the fold. You could be talking about something that, you know, for some of you as well, you could end up getting really fired up about something that you didn't realize you actually cared so much about. So that's, you know, that's quite an interesting one. For your physical health and vitality, this is going to be your stomach and your chest area. So just be aware of that this week if you are going to have any challenges there. And then for your home and environment, it's just about enjoyment. This would be a really good time to, you know, if you can, wherever you are in the world, invite over friends, you know, people that make you laugh, people that, you know, and if you can't, do the whole Zoom thing, right? But do it with people that you know are guaranteed to give you a giggle, people that know how to make serious situations funny. That's going to be a really sort of saving grace energy this week. And then for your love and relations, you have the Three of Pentacles. So you're definitely learning something about your own relationship style this week. For those of you that are single, this could be a week where someone kind of highlights to you that maybe when it comes to relationships, you're either a little bit combative, or maybe they highlight something to you about your character that kind of seems a bit like, oh, you know, that felt quite personal actually. If you can take it on the chin, you'll be able to find the wisdom in it, right? And then look at this, you've got 2 3s here. When you see 2 3s come up together in the tarot, it literally represents a calming influence. So there are ways out of some of the challenges this week. You're just going to have to look for them. And then for those of you that are in partnerships or relationships, your 3 of Pentacles, because it's right up underneath that Queen of Swords. Remember that you're not, when challenging situations come up in relationships, I always say to people, remember you're fighting for the same thing. And as long as you can remember that, I think this week you'll be all right. It's only when you start getting defensive and say, well, it's not my fault. Do you know what I mean? Like when you start doing this, it's going to be a problem. You need to do that so that you're both facing the same direction. All right. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.